It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Our game tonight featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. A rematch of the incredible NBA Finals of 2015. Warriors came out on top in that series in 6. Looking back now, Shaq, do you think the Cavs could have won if they were healthy?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. We don't like to use ifs. We don't like to make up excuses. However, losing Kyrie and Love was devastating for the Cavs. Ernie, they had to roll with a 7-man rotation for most of the series.
I think the Cavs still will have some depth problems even this year, and they would have had them against the Warriors, even if that didn't happen. So, Warriors, champs, deservingly.
A ditto. I certainly echo that sentiment for what it's worth. And that'll wrap it up as we take you courtside. Thanks for joining us.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you here at Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. It's the home of the Cavs, live on 2K Sports. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Now Golden State's starting 5. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. The Splash Brothers are the guards, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, so as numbers declined, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. And the basket by Bogut. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. On defense, the Warriors. Here's Irving. Shot clock at 6. That's a 2 from Smith. It's rebounded by Golden State.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And the wide open shot from Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
Most of the time, that shot will go down, or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Here's the screen. Smith outside. Takes the 13-footer, and that one's good. Love. Love's got 5 points so far.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. James against Thompson. Irving kicks to Love. Looks a big height bounce and goes in. He's got 7.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that. Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And here's Irving. Following Draymond Green's 3, Irving dishes to Love. Thompson, left side. Takes the 3. LeBron shot is off. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding, he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready to bring help. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Irving against Curry. Over in the corner, Barnes. Green, the screen. From the wing. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Irving against Curry. And again, it's Kyrie Irving.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
The Warriors trailing. And guys, everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
And getting back to Kyrie, many felt the addition of LeBron would cut down on Kyrie's playmaking opportunities. But Kyrie was near his career average in assists last season. That even further indicates how seamlessly the two superstars were able to gel.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Golden State also making some changes. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
You know, talking about the effect LeBron had on Kyrie last year, they looked fantastic working together, but the stat sheet also bared that out. Kyrie hit over 40% of his threes for the first time in his career, and he posted the lowest turnover rate of his career, too.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo, but he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set, and you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And talking about Iman Shumpert, he seemed to learn from working with LeBron and Kyrie last year.
Yes, Shumpert was brought over for his defense, clearly, but as a bonus, his offense improved and got better. Now let's see if he can build on that going forward.
And both free throws good from Iman Shumpert.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for you.
Now here's Thompson. Kicks to Green. Not enough on that one as it misses.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Passes it to Shumpert. He dishes it to Mozgov. With the shot. No problem on the jumper in close. Mozgov's got his first points of the game.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Green, the screen. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. To halt the run, and Maurice Spates the bucket on the assist by Iguodala.
All right, let's go.
7 seconds left in the first. And here is James. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers lead by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title. Teammate Kevin Love says LeBron made it clear from the start what he expected.
He sat us down maybe right before the first practice and kind of spoke about what he thought everyone should bring to the table. And we had to hold up our end of the bargain.
When someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so. You'd be better served to go right along with what he's talking about. Dub the new big three along with Kyrie. I think if they just keep following LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the limit.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Cleveland, filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Mozgov is out there with Channing Frye, and it's Dellavedova in at the 1 spot. Well, we know that Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
First one falls for him.
And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders. But thus far, he's proved to be worth it.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Love's checked in for Frye. Smith comes in for James. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Shumpert. Then for the Warriors, Harrison Barnes comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston.
And the Mozgov trade, guys, for the Cavs, I think can be viewed as their big turning point in the season. He completely changed the defense of their team. He was that missing piece of the puzzle. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Now, here is Barbosa. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Irving against Curry. Golden State needs to get off a shot. The offensive rebound. Here's Iguodala. Mozgov with the block. Barnes kicks to Curry. Now here is Barbosa. He's guarded closely. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. It's rebounded by Golden State. It's Curry with the drive. Barbosa for 3. And it's Barbosa again missing. Cavaliers leading. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way. And that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
4 on the clock. The fadeaway, and that one's good. 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
What great touch there on the fadeaway. Man, right in his face.
side, Curry. Dishes it to Azili. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Smith the pass to Dellavedova. Love outside. Lets it go with a 3. And that one's good. Now it's a 7-point Cavalier lead.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the final.
Azili can't get it to go. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Dellavedova dishes to Love. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Golden State's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season. And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
Thompson's checked in, and the Warriors with some changes. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Green with the rebound. You look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Now, here is Irving. He has 6. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. 6 to shoot. Bogut kicks to Clark. To the inside. Here's Green. Shot is off. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Love with the screen on Thompson. Smith the pass to Love. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. There's 1:17 left to play in the first half. And again, no good by Golden State.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
some changes. Channing Fries checked in for Love. James comes in for J.R. Smith. And Shumpert in there for Matthew Dellavedova. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Green. Screened by Bogut. It's tipped and stolen by James. They set the pick. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And it's an 11-point Cavalier lead.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
LeBron James on the wing. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 13.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Thompson with it. Pass to Livingston. Tries to snap the cold streak and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so that brings the first half to a close. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 13. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Their biggest lead during the opening period was 5. The second quarter got a lot more exciting for them as they were putting up big numbers and find themselves way out in front here at the half. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
The bulk of their offense, Ernie, Kenny, has come in the paint. See, it's just as good. It's hard-nosed basketball when you play in the post. Trust me, I know. You wouldn't know nothing about that, Kenny, little man.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
Warriors trail by 13. You can point to any number of things, Clark, the Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long, partner. Hit the ground running and finished with the league best 28 road wins.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Barnes and Green of the forward set. And it's Bogut in at the center position. Love goes in, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. That one on Thompson.
And for the Warriors, they would go on several road trips undefeated last season. Still, the only time they looked vulnerable were games on the road.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
And he knocks down the first one.
And, you know, with the Warriors on the road, they would occasionally dig a hole they couldn't get out of. Still, hard to critique a team that was so dominant in every facet of the game last season, even on the road.
Both free throws good from Love.
You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
The Cavaliers leading by 13. James outside. Irving against Curry. The screen from Thompson. Love with the screen for Irving. Clock at 4. Thompson with the rebound. And Love, who would also go on to make his first postseason appearance, played in the first round last year. It was a complete 180 for him in what he was used to at Minnesota.
And even though there were ups and downs for Love last season, you know that he must have enjoyed winning for a change. And being in the league so long without making the playoffs, he finally got a chance to play in the postseason. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Curry. 6 points for him. Inside, Bogut. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girls. Different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov comes in for Thompson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Golden State, Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Harrison Barnes. Here's Curry. He's got 6. No good on the triple.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Now here's Love. 12 points for him.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Clark, he's checked in for the Warriors. And James drills them both. Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now, around 27, 7 and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, you know, he might not always win the MVP award, Kevin, but that doesn't really matter. I think he's the most feared player in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly one of the all-time greats.
Here is Love, following the score by Golden State. It's a pick by Love. Smith kicks to Love. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark,
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Now here's Iguodala. Green, the screen. On its way from Curry for two. Cavaliers with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Dellavedova, guarded by Curry. Dellavedova kicks to Mozgov. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. That's 7 points for Timofey Mozgov. Outside Curry. Iguodala right side. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start, but they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
Here is Love after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. 6 on the shot clock, the 17-footer. And it's LeBron missing.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Curry's shot is off.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
In the corner, it's James. LeBron with another miss.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Green, the screen. Curry dishes to Spates. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
They're trying to work it inside here, and they've had a little bit of success as they try to cut into that deficit. And getting it inside is one way to try to chip away at it.
A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Smith. Then for the Warriors, Brandon Rush. He's checked in for Green. Barbosa comes in for Ian Clark. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Now here's LeBron. He's got 6. With the fadeaway. They get it back. Dellavedova, that's good.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Here is Livingston. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. For 3, Barbosa. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. James, no good.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Iguodala outside. Here's Spates. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Cavaliers lead by 10. We've got more in store for you right after this. Now welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert, LeBron. Channing Frye out there with Thompson. And it's Irving in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Now here's James. No good. Good D by Thompson. Livingston kicks to Thompson. Pass to Livingston. Thompson outside. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Irving kicks to LeBron. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 6 assists now in the game.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Livingston passes to Thompson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now.
Oh, my goodness, he's got that.
And the Warriors, also inking Thompson to that 4-year, $70 million extension. A big show of faith on their part, and it's looking like money well spent.
J.R. Smith's checked in for the Cavaliers. Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. And so Thompson nails both of them.
And now Klay Thompson with deeper pockets, but never one to splurge. His father taught him well. I mean, his rookie year, he drove the family hand-me-down. He bought his next car used, so his focus is clearly on the game, not the glitz and glamour. The defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. He doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now, here's Thompson. Bogut with a screen on Smith. And here's Green outside. That's good.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Here's Irving. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Now here's Thompson. The rebound by Kevin Love. Love's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Smith. Green with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Thompson with the bucket.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Thompson. Irving against Thompson to the right side. 5 to shoot. for three. Smith. That's good. Smith's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Cavs.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Curry kicks to Green. Back to Curry. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though, and I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about it. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Now here's Curry following the miss by Kyrie Irving. It's stolen by Smith. Outside Irving puts up a three. Again, Irving missing.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious. They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Irving attacking Love. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 16 points for Love. James checked in for Cleveland. And the Warriors also making a change. Iguodala's checked in. Here's Curry. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Feeds it to Smith. Love wide open. He fires. Drops one in from the wing. Love's got 4 points this quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Irving against Curry. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Here's Irving following the basket by Stephen Curry. Curry was a nice D. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint. How about Steph Curry in this one? He's got 14 points, and the assist numbers, tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw good. Curry. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter. Irving dishes to James. Left side, Love. And it's sent back by Bogut. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Misses from close range. Smith against Curry. Smith the pass to Love. Back to Smith to the middle. 9 feet out. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Cavaliers lead by 10. Barbosa with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Here's the screen. Barbosa kicks to Iguodala. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Cleveland can just let the clock run down here. Here's Dellavedova. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A